Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Anok from Anok Gaming. Listen, I heard your wails, your cries, your moans, your gnashing of teeth, and your cursing of souls. And you said, and I also read your comments, you said, Anok, how dare you? How dare you show us thriller slop? You know you are the true Gecko Moria player. And I said, exactly. Which is why this week we're doing Black Gecko Moria, an updated list from my last one, because Gecko somehow got more support in the good year of our Lord and Savior, 2026. With all that being said, let's get right into the future king of the pirate deck, Gecko D. Moria. Alright, if you've seen any of my videos before, this leader needs no introduction, but for the uninitiated, this is Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is a 5,000 power leader with 5 life. He is mono black, and he says, Dawn times 1. When attacking, pay 2. Trash 1 card from your hand, trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. Then, play up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirate type character with the cost of 4 or less from your trash. Plain and simple, you want to fill your trash with zombies and then swarm the board with undead Thriller Slop. Just kidding, this isn't black yellow. I'm not that big of a sinner. I love Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is my baby. I know everything about this deck. I play this deck multiple times a week. I've played it at events, tournaments. Listen, I love this deck. Now, it does have its downsides. It loses, like, auto loss to Koala. And any deck that just says, hey, my leader is bigger now, or hey, you can't attack easily. It does lose to those. Outside of those decks, though, it comes down to who's the better pilot, and a lot of the time, I am. I've beaten Emu with this deck, I've beaten Blackbeard with this deck, I've beaten Blue-Yellow Nami, I've beaten Boa, I've beaten ST-29 Luffy, I've beaten somehow Mihawk, I've beaten so many powerful decks with this deck. Because it all comes down to, at the end of the day, who is the better pilot and who knows their deck better. And you want to know a little secret? No one knows their deck better than I know Black Gecko Moria. Now let's get into the list. Black Gecko Moria would not be who he is without 1-drop Victoria Sindri. She's a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 2,000 counter. She says on play, trash the top 5 cards of your deck. In a deck where your trash is basically your hand, she basically adds 5 cards to your hand for 1 Dawn. She's fantastic and she's wonderful. Next up, we have 2 Stage. This is Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark is a 1-drop stage with no power and no counter, because it's a stage. I'm sure one day we'll have stage with counter, and when that day comes, it will be a very sad day. Anyway, it says, activate main, pay 1. You may rest this stage. Then, if your leader is Thriller Bark Pirates type, play up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirates character card with a cost of 2 or less from your trash, rested. This whole deck had a complete rework from my last list. Editor Dylan, throw up my last list here on the screen. It had a complete rework from my last list. There is not a single way in this deck to KO anything. This is babies. It plays little shitters that get really scary really quickly, and you need stage to do that. Otherwise, the deck just doesn't work. This whole deck revolves around playing little dudes, using little dudes to get in little swings here and there, poking. You just run down your opponent until you hit the secret boss monster of the deck, which we will get to later. But this is part of the heart and soul of the deck. It's Thriller Bark. Next up, we have 2 Dr. Hogback, and I know what you're thinking, Dylan, why not run 4? You want as many cards in your grave as humanly possible. Well, Before I explain that, let me read what he does. He's a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 1,000 counter. On play, trash the top 5 cards of your deck. On KO, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card. Now, you may be wondering, Dylan, why you're not running a 4 of. That would mean you have 8 cards that trash 5. Listen, this deck is so efficient at trashing cards. When I was playtesting every list possible, I would deck myself on accident multiple times. So, it's actually more important that you don't accidentally deck yourself than it is to make sure that your deck is as efficient as possible. Because trust me, you will get the cards you need in trash. You will. It is inevitable. This whole deck, all it does is trash. You don't need more of this. I promise. You need more 2-drops than anything. And that's very important. If you really want to run more of these, you can cut 2 of the, 2 of the Inupe that we'll be getting to later. But if you don't want more than that and you want to respect my list, because my list, I believe, is the truest, most correct list, this is the only list where I will not be taking suggestions because I know it more than anyone else in the entire world, and I will put nothing on that because I'm poor. But I will put my word on that. Alright. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, we have 4 Perona. Perona is a 4-drop with 2,000 power and 2,000 counter. She says, if your character with 7,000 base power or less would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may trash 1 card from your hand instead. That is not a once per turn, mind you. You can do that as much as you want. And it's also not Thriller Bark locked. You can do that for any character with base 7,000 power or less. Pretty cool. She's also 2K. We love 2Ks in a deck full of bricks. Next up, we have 2 Inupe. Inupe is a 2-drop with 3,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says on play and on KO. If your leader is Thriller Bark Pirates, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. He's a little bit of a recycler. He's not great. He's not powerful. He's just there to get rid of some bricks from your hand and try to draw into more counter. Next up, we have Tarlan. Tarlan is a 2-drop with 3,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says on play and on KO, trash 3 cards from the top of your deck. There you go. You want more of him over Dr. Hogback because he is a 2-drop, which means he can swing pretty well. It's a lot harder to get Hogback to swing for 5 because you need to equip a Dawn to him. But for Tarlan, you don't need to equip Dawn if you have the Perona. If you don't have the Perona, it's 2 Dawn versus the 3 that you would need for Hogback. And what I mean by the Perona, we'll get to it in a minute. Next up, we have 2 Cerberus. Listen, I hate blockers, okay? I do, but, you know, you kind of need to run them. So if you absolutely need a blocker and you don't have any of your good ones in trash, or you just need a 2-drop to play off of something later, you can grab Cerberus. Anyway, he's a 2-drop with 2,000 power, 1,000 counter, and all he does is block. I hate blockers. I like to be as aggressive as possible, but sometimes you just need them. Next up, we have the secret boss monster of the deck, Kumasi. Kumasi is a 2-drop with 3,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says Dawn times 2 on your turn. This character gains plus 1,000 power for every 5 cards in your trash. He is a secret powerhouse. Even if you have 0 cards in trash, you equip 2 Dawn to him, he becomes a 5k. He's a swinger. If you have 5 cards in trash, he's a 6k. If you have 10, he's 7. I have swung 15,000 power with him. With him and the power of some Peronas. But yeah, he's the secret boss monster. No one ever kills the 2-drop because the 2-drops are shit. They know, I don't want to waste my turn or my kill spells on your little 2-drop. And you go, ha-ha! You ignorant fool! That is how I will beat you today! And you kill them with Kumasi. It's happened more than once and I love it. Or if you don't kill him with Kumasi, you have other boss monsters, but he's the secret killer of the deck. He's the little assassin, the little rogue that stabs your opponent in the back. Ha ha! Anyway, I love Kumasi. He's my little baby boy. Anyway. Next up, we have 2 Ryuma. Ryuma is a 4-drop with 6,000 power and no counter. He says Dawn times 1. This character gains double attack. He's a big dude that has double attack. What more do you need? Next up, we have 3 Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is a 4-drop with 5,000 power and no counter. He says on play up to one thriller bark type pirate's character with a cost of 2 or less from your trash rested. He's one of the dudes that plays a dude. We love dudes that play dudes unless we're playing against Koala. Next up, we have 3 Dr. Hogback. Dr. Hogback is a 4-drop with 5,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says on play, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck. Add up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirate type card other than Dr. Hogback from your trash to your hand. If you need a 2K, he grabs a 2K. If you need your 6-drop Gecko Moria, which we'll be getting to later, he can grab your 6-drop Gecko Moria that we'll be getting to later. And if you really want and you're on 10 Dawn, you can play him and the 6-drop Gecko Moria boss monster in the same turn. He's pretty good. Alrighty, moving on. Next up, we have 4 Piranhas. Piranha is a 4-drop with 5,000 power and 2,000 counter. She says, on play, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, choose 1. Your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand, or give up to 1 of your opponent's characters -3 cost during this turn. There's no way in this deck to KO anything, so you'll always be making your opponents discard cards. At the very worst, she is a 2K, and we love 2Ks. In a deck full of bricks. Next up, we have a secret weapon for this deck. This is Piranha. She's a 4-drop with 5,000 power and 1,000 counter. She says, activate main once per turn. You may place 2 Thriller Bark Pirate types cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Then up to 1 of your characters other than Piranha gets plus 2,000 power during this turn. She buffs any card in the deck other than Piranha by 2,000. She's how your 2-drops become viable swingers, or your 1-drops if you absolutely have to with a Dawn equipped. She is the secret weapon to this deck. She turns all of your little dudes into viable swingers, and I love her so much. She also helps you not deck yourself. Or she helps you deck yourself because you put Sindries and Hogbacks onto the bottom of your deck, and then when you get there eventually, you trash more. Anyway, secret powerhouse. Love her so much. Next up, we have 4 Piranhas, and I promise these are the last Piranhas. This deck has 16 different Piranhas in it, and these are the last ones. This Piranha is a 4-drop with 6,000 power and no counter. She says blocker. She also says on play, give up to 1 of your Rested Dawn cards to 1 of your leaders or characters. Then, if you have 10 or more cards in trash, play up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirate type character card with a cost of 2 or less from your trash rested. She grabs any of your little cards and plays them rested. She's really nice. If you need more cards in trash, you play a Sindri, a Hogback, a Taralan, a Inupe. If you need cards for your opponents to kill, you play Cerberus or Piranha. If you need your secret powerhouse because no one ever kills it, you play Kumasi. If they do kill it, they're mean and bullies, and you make fun of them for killing your little baby Kumasi. Why are they scared of a 2-drop with 3,000 power? No one ever reads your opponent's cards. Why would they know he's the secret boss monster? Anyway, Piranha's a good card. I like Piranha. She's pretty sick. She just came out recently, and maybe not as recently for you guys, but pretty recently. Anyway, I like her. Moving on. Next up, we have 2 Ors. Ors is a, we'll call him a distraction. He's a valuable distraction. He's the guy that when you play him, your opponents go, oh no, a big dude. We have to kill the big dude. But you don't. Because he's kind of bad. He's a 4-drop with 7,000 power and no counter. He says he can't attack. He also says activate main, KO up to 1 of your Thriller Bark type character cards. This character's effects are negated. So, he can't attack unless you kill 1 of your own things. You just play him because he's a 4-drop. Ooh, scary with 7,000 power. Ooh, scary, you know. Now, he does help win you games. Don't get me wrong, because if they don't kill him, they're dealing with a 7,000 power swing every turn because you don't care about killing your own things. You're playing a deck that raises cards from the grave like it's doing simple addition, right? You just do it. It's just part of it. So you don't care about killing your own things. And if you absolutely have to, you just use ores to kill the other ores after you swing with that ores and you swing. And you have 7,000 power swings. And because you killed the ores, you can then play it with your Gecko Moria and have it again for the next turn. And what are they going to do? Kill your Restadors? No, why would they devote that much to a card that you're just going to get back? Anyway, I love Ors. He's useful in this list. Most other lists, no. This is Gecko Moria. One of the best ways to not kill yourself, to mill. This 4-drop has 5,000 power and 1,000 counter, and he says activate main. Place 4 Thriller Bark Pirate cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. This character gains Banish and plus 1,000 power during this turn. Not only does he gain Banish, but he gets bigger. And notice how that doesn't say once per turn. So if your opponent's out of blockers, they're out of shit, they have no counter, you send every card in trash to the bottom of your deck, and he's huge! He's massive! And you win. Or, let's say you're playing against a yellow deck, you give him Banish. Yellow hates Banish. They hate it. They hate it so much. And this just gives it to itself. You don't even need to devote that many cards to the bottom of your deck if you don't want to. 6,000 power with Banish still hurts just as much as a 7 or an 8. So, you know, do with that information what you will. Last but certainly not least, we have the most expensive card and the final card in the deck. This is your official boss monster, I guess. This is Gecko Moria. He's a 6-drop with 7,000 power and no counter. He says on play, if your leader is Thriller Bark Pirates, give up to 1 Rested Dawn to your leader, and also play a 4-drop character from your trash rested. Yeah, he plays literally everything in the deck. He can play any card in the deck other than your stage. I like him. He's dope. He gives your leader power. If you're on 8 Dawn and you play him, you can use your leader's power that turn. If you're on 10 Dawn, you can play a 2-drop and use leader's power. It's pretty great. Love it dearly. Love him. Love him dearly. Love him. He's huge. We love huge cards. Huge cards. Anyway, you know what I mean. Alrighty, and I know what you're thinking, Enoch, but I so desperately want to kill things with this list. I know you do. But listen, Thriller Bark is a lot more fun when you can't. But, hey, if you're playing against a lot of purple and L, here's a list for you that runs things that can kill. Actually, here's 2 lists. There you go. One of them has Captain John, so you'll be able to kill Hollies, and one does not have Captain John, so you'll only be able to kill 1-drops. But that's okay. Who cares? There you go. You can kill things. Or if you're playing extended, you can run Ice Age. There you go. Woo! Happy birthday! You can kill things now. Woohoo! You're playing a black deck that does black deck things. Isn't it more fun to not do black deck things and instead do red deck things in black, where you aggro and beat your opponent's face in with very quick and easy swings? It's a lot more fun that way. Listen, Gecko Moria is such a fun deck. You play him like a fun deck. You don't play him like a black deck because black decks are boring. You play him like a fun deck. Look at how fun. There's so much fun here. I love Gecko Moria. There's no other deck in the world I would rather be playing as my main deck than Gecko Moria. And I am so sad and heartbroken that we only get like a year, I believe, to play. I don't even remember when Block 2 rotates, but he rotates with all of Block 2, and I am going to be devastated when I lose this deck. In fact, I'm losing so many other decks, but that's besides the point. This deck is very fun, alright? And if you want to have fun, and you want me to keep having fun, click the link down below where you can help support the channel. You can go to my poacher books, my merch, my tips and donations, or if you can't support me financially, that's fine. Just do all the social media stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and go follow my Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Do all the things. All the things help. I really want to become a content creator and building more, and I want to build more fun decks. I want to explore other card games with you guys. I play pretty much every card game but Digimon, but I just don't have the money to keep up with them, so I usually just have a deck or two, and if they rotate, I just get very sad. Which pretty much every deck that has rotation, or every game that has rotation, all my decks are gone for this, so, because they've rotated. Anyway, If you want to see other deck techs, let me know. If you want to see other card games, let me know. Just let me know in general what you want to see from the channel. This has been Anok from Anok Gaming, and I will see you all in the next one. Please spread love and be kind. Bye-bye!